y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are enjoying your day. So, honey, we gotta talk about Diddy. So, Diddy has a long history of uh a certain type of victim, should I say, right? But today we want to talk about uh we want to talk about a couple of big people because Diddy has a type. So the first person we want to talk about is we're going to start with Justin Bieber. Now the reason why we're talking about Justin Bieber because a rumor has it that allegedly Justin Bieber could possibly be called when it comes to the Diddy lawsuit and Lil Rod, right? Because there are a lot of speculations to that. Diddy has a history of with young people starting way back with Usher. He says he has had legal guardianship of Usher at one point in time when he had Usher at the what he called the Diddy flavor camp, right? Creepy. But anyway, oh my god. But anyway, sorry about that, y'all. Um, so when it comes to Justin Bieber and Diddy, they have a long history. Justin Bieber was introduced to Diddy through Usher, right? So as you can see at a young age, when you go, we've all heard about the Diddy parties and how crazy they be and the F files and all this and all that. So some old photos have surfaced when it comes to Bieber and Diddy. And you can see Justin Bieber, a very young Justin Bieber, at a Diddy party at a very young age. He looks highly intoxicated, and so I'm assuming he was, introduced to certain types of, in my opinion, allegedly drugs at a very young age. Justin Bieber has come out and he hasn't ever referenced Diddy, but he said it is very hard to grow up in the industry. Justin Bieber came into the industry at a very young age. A man named Braun or something like that discovered him from a YouTube video. After that, he was introduced to Usher. Usher kind of took him under his wing, and child, who knows what happened after that, right? So Justin Bieber's mom was a single mom. She was a teenage mom, and when all this started happening, she's done an interview that says, they pretty much, took her child away from her. He was, all things concerning Justin and his career were taken out of her hands. And when it comes to these parents of these child stars, they're struggling and they start throwing all kind of money at the parents, and sometimes the parents would just pretty much give them over to the producer or the talent, or other talents, right? And so I'm assuming this is what happened to Justin Bieber. And like I said, he was introduced to Diddy by Usher at a very young age, right? And so several videos have surfaced about this. I felt so sorry for this young man, not only him, but because the main concern I had, and and I really feel like there's a whole type of grooming system going on, right? Like Usher went on the Howard Stern show and they asked him, "Would you ever send your child to a Puffy flavor camp?" And he said, "Heck no," right? And so we saw the video of the Kevin Hart did an interview with Diddy and Usher, and Usher, I mean, Diddy was trying to clean up the fact that he said him and Usher slept in a bed together. Usher was about 10, 11 years old at that point in time, and it seems to me like Usher has a issue with grooming, you know what I mean? And he absolutely has a type, right? But when it comes to Justin Bieber, it is just Justin Bieber was not only sexualized by Diddy, in my opinion. I think he was also sexualized by a whole lot of other people. The way the adults would talk about him when he was a teenager, they would ask him, "Do we have a girlfriend?" and all this and all that. And one time, I think he was on, I don't know what show he was on when he was talking about he felt like it was creepy, how all these adults would ask him about his love life and he's just a kid, right? At one point in time, he went out to fly out to see Diddy. His head is down. He can't even look at him, in the face. It seemed like Diddy was checking him, to see if he had a wire on him and all this and all that. And I feel like Justin Bieber has always uh been put in certain types of situations, especially when it comes to Diddy, right? And so in one video surfaced of him being really nervous talking to Diddy, and Diddy's out talking about, why you don't hang out with me anymore and all this and all that. Just real creepy, right? Just real creepy. And like I said, he looks really drugged and intoxicated in some of these videos that surfaced before he was actually an adult. And we know that Diddy has a history of the people allegedly say he has a history of you know um drugging and SAing people, right? Men and women, especially when it comes to Little Rod's lawsuit. So I guess we're gonna have to see, what happens there. But as far as Diddy, I think that he definitely has a type, and I think that he has the rapper type. I think that he holds, um, rappers that come into his web thinking, that they're gonna get a record or album by him, like the game, him and the game of the game even said that him and Diddy, um, kind of hung around each other. In my opinion, they had a whole relationship for 2 years or almost 2 years, right? And the game said he was there, because Diddy was promising to, help him make an album or whatever. And the only thing they did was travel around the world, and Diddy would buy him, like these expensive watches, taking clothes shopping, buying expensive chains and things of that nature. But he never got that, he never got that album out of Diddy. And so after the 2 years, I don't know if the game just got tired of pretty much in my opinion being an ex-worker slash boyfriend or whatever, or part of the FO crew, and he kind of went on his way. I don't know how it ended, but the game even admitted to that his own self, and we know that he has been involved with several people. French Montana, for instance, we know the French Montana is a rapper, from back in the day. Him and French Montana, had been filmed with on he loves to say happy birthday to his boys, okay, especially his boy toys. So him and French Montana, a video surfaced of him and French Montana naked, talking about they gonna do a massage when Diddy's singing him happy birthday, child. It's just like all kind of stuff going on. Okay, not only that, now I can't imagine this or why, and I can't. This is just really not working for me, but child, even him and Rick Ross, allegedly done had something going on with one another. Like I said, he's definitely got a type. The video surface of him and Rick Ross talking about some kind of squishy soap, and just have to make of that what you will, what they were really talking about. You know what I mean? And this is when he was Big Meech, honey, Larry Hoover. I love that Rick Ross. I'm sorry about that. Look at this woman in the backdrop. She's looking like mm-mm. So they were seen out together for a really long time. They hung out. They were good, really good pals for a very long time. And we also know that he's had a long standing relationship with Stevie J. Okay. Even as recently as a couple of weeks ago, Stevie J was spotted with Diddy in Miami, right? And they were at some kind of restaurant or something. You can see Stevie J, Sleazy J, lurking in the background right there. Okay. Now it took forever to for what's his name to come out and speak against him, but he did say a few words against him. One of his old time buddies, I can't think of his name right now, but forgive me about that, child. It's so much, right? So anyway, like I said, I really believe he's got a type. So let's talk about Usher for a little bit. Now we know that for years rumors have surfaced, when it comes to, in my opinion, Diddy grooming Usher. Diddy said he had legal custody of Usher at one point in time when he was at the Puffy Flavor camp. In my mind, he groomed Usher, and I think that a lot of these guys, that have been under Diddy or around Diddy, especially if he thinks that they can do something, if Diddy can do something to, kind of launch their career, they kind of acquiesce to what he wants them to do. But when it comes to people like Usher and Justin Bieber, and a couple of other young ones, it's very sad because I do feel like Diddy groomed Usher, and I feel like it's absolutely disgusting. And so, and I wish that Usher, I wonder, and I don't think that Usher would ever speak out willingly when it comes to Diddy because he doesn't, want that time exploited in his life, right? So, recently also another one which I think is type is Meek Mill. A lot of stuff has come out between Meek Mill and Diddy. And Meek Mill went on a rampage online disputing the facts and all of this and all of that. But in Little Rod's lawsuit, he mentions but doesn't mention who a lot of people believe is Meek Mill. And here's a quote from the lawsuit that says Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he had engaged in physical relations with the rapper Redacted, R&B singer Redacted, and Stevie J, right? And so they're speculating. He also said that the rapper that was Redacted, he's a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. And who was that? Meek Mill, right? And also, a couple of weeks ago, one of Diddy's bodyguards, his ex bodyguards, came out with an audio saying that he audio taped what he said was Meek Mill and Diddy in a closed room, and all kind of actual sounds were in the tape, and that was supposed to be Meek Mill, like I said, and Diddy, but Diddy has Meek Mill has denied it, and Puffy ain't denied it, but Meek Mill done denied it. Stevie J, he wanted to fight 50 Cents, but he didn't want to deny the fact that him and Diddy done had a thing, right? So he's not the only one. So Ray J has also being tied into the Diddy web, but for not being one of his FO partners, Usher. They saying that child Ray J was kind of like the plug, right? They're saying that allegedly Ray J also supplied Diddy with not only ex workers but also booger sugar type materials for his parties. We know that Usher prides himself on being, very, very, uh, entrepreneurial when it comes to certain areas, especially in Hollywood. It was said at one point in time that Usher was allegedly the drug dealers to the stars like Whitney Houston and a whole lot of other people, right? So Usher has always been in the mix. Usher done threatened people with Diddy. I don't know if it was Meek Mills. He threatened somebody with Diddy, right? Said that he was gonna smack him and all this and all that because he was outside of the club. Honey, Ray J is something else, right? So another one of Usher's victims that I found, not Usher's, but another one of Diddy's victims was, and is YK Osiris, right? Nobody's heard anything from YK Osiris in a long time. He really went quiet when this stuff starts surfacing. I think that the boy was traumatized, and then he was blackballed because he started to speak out a little bit. But with YK Osiris, his connection when it comes to Diddy actually started with Drake. Because Drake was supposed to be mentoring, if you will, YK Osiris before Diddy got to him, right? So it seems like YK Osiris was actually passed on by Drake. And so, like I said, the boy was traumatized, he was blackballed, and ain't nobody heard nothing from the young man, ever since then. And like I said, Diddy has a history of this. They get these older guys to groom these young people, or maybe they don't even think they're grooming the young people. But why in the world would you send these young people to Diddy when you know Diddy got a type, right? And also when it comes to Justin Bieber, he said that he was introduced to all types of drugs, and he went on to keep using those drugs to mask his pain and mask his trauma, right? So one of other Diddy's um FO partners was fabulous. Fabolous. Child. Okay. Y'all remember that song? Some of y'all might not remember that song, but I do. So on a episode of Drink Champs not long ago, little while ago now. Fabulous was on there with Diddy, and Diddy was being very suggestive to Fabulous. Fabulous looked really uncomfortable with the situation. Like these guys don't want to talk about their dealings. With Diddy, and Diddy loves to ask people why they don't party with him no more. And when we know what that underlying meaning is, you can speculate as to what he mean by that. But anyway, Fabulous looked, very uncomfortable with the whole conversation. And that explains why Fabulous had such a hard time in his relationship, beating up his girlfriend and his baby mama and all of this and all of that. Child trauma, 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 just trauma all over the place. But one of Diddy's favorite rappers, because like I said, he's got a type. It's Birdman. Now I'm thinking him and Birdman got along real good because they say Birdman, he down in the South doing the same thing that Diddy is doing, up there in New York and in California, in Miami, right? Because Birdman allegedly, he got a system of grooming too. It's been alleged for years now that Birdman actually groomed and turned out um um mm, um what is his name? Lil Wayne, right? So Lil Wayne, in my opinion, is traumatized right to this day. It seems like at one point in time, Lil Wayne was doing good, and he started going downhill. It seemed like he got on drugs real bad, on that lean real bad, and people were thinking that he had just turned into a drug addict or something. No, I think the man was traumatized. I think he was groomed. I think that he was SA, and I think that's why he is the way that he is right now, and he looks so much different than he did when he first started, working with Birdman. But as far as Diddy and Birdman goes, a video surfaced of him and Birdman together. Honey, and Diddy couldn't keep his hands off of Birdman. Okay, he was all over him, but Birdman, he seems to be with it or whatever. And I know at one point in time, Diddy had his hands down in the Atlanta area, you know, and when he was on his southern beat sort of issue going on or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, he couldn't keep his hands off of. There's a video out there about Birdman and Diddy as well. Like I said, honey, the list goes on and on and on. Okay, but that him and that Rick Ross thing, it just really grossed me out. But I really hate that when these young men, now see here right here, this YK Osiris, he also is in photos with Usher. Like I said, I think that Drake set him on the path of whatever it is that they be, doing to these young men because they end up traumatized, right? And it's just so sad, the way they do it because these young men turn into grown men that have to deal with childhood trauma or the trauma of being SA, for the rest of their lives. And I think that is not cool. I don't know how these, but I have to also put blame on the parents because how can you be so unaware of what is going on with your child? Only, and then they say money is the root of all evil, and I think that is why some of these parents kind of give they kids over, to Satan, hashtag Diddy, okay, and all the rest of these creepazoids, all these older guys taking advantage of them in the industry. This Odell Beckham right there, right? And so it's just like really creepy and really sad and unfortunate how they have to deal with so many levels of trauma, y'all, right? And so also a video interview has surfaced of this young lady right here. She says that she had a pimp, and the pimp would make her go to make her attend Diddy's FO parties, right? And she said she was afraid to attend Diddy's parties because there were weird, strange things happening around. I remember a video of some guy, a male model, that said he went to attend a Diddy party, and as soon as he walked in the room, he seen blood all over the place and a whole lot of weird stuff going on, honey, and he turned around and left. So anyway, this girl in this interview is kind of telling her story. But y'all know Jaguar Wright warned us about all of this long ago. People were trying to say Jaguar Wright was crazy and all of this and all that. But mostly everything that she said has come to pass, you know. And so people really need to start. Cat Williams, warned us of all of this stuff that was going on. He tried to tell us, and but people was thinking folks was crazy. But now all of these things have come to pass, and you know Diddy pretty much done convicted himself. When I think that Diddy is also involved because he's supposed to be a part of the Boule, which is a subgroup when it comes to the Illuminati. The Boule are mostly black, powerful men in the industry and in politics and whatnot. And I think that he may be some kind of high priestess or something because he sucks everybody energy dry, especially talented men. Like I said, he's definitely got a type. So, honey, we're gonna have to watch out and see what happens when it comes to the Diddy files next. Will Justin Bieber be ordered to subpoenaed to testify in a trial? I don't know, but we're gonna have to see what else happens and whoever else comes out with a next lawsuit. But anyway, that's all I got. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about this video in the comment section. If you decide to subscribe, could you please hit the notifications bell so that hopefully you'll be notified the next time I do a video. And that's all I got. I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Peace.